T-Law got the eyes of Lee Van Cleef when he go in that field.
Checks it down underneath. That's a crossing route to Christian Kirk. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Christian Kirk to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They made a major mistake when they made T-Law go to the spirit of the sky, to the oracle of the saber-toothed tiger, and the saber-toothed tiger now has the scepter in his hand, and he been to put every critic to rest. Man, last night I done marinated 2 turkeys. I got my cherry wood getting ready for my smoker. Just got off from work, off Pritchard Road. I'm going to bake me 2 Cornish hens. My special recipe, I call it a Mediterranean Cornish hen. I'm going to top it off with my homemade Long Island iced tea. And I'm only going to top it off with 1 red top of Coca-Cola. The Maxwell House coffee will live on forever. Duval!
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, we made it. Friday is here, everybody. Good morning. Jaguars Today off and rolling on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Tony, I don't know about you. It felt like a fast week to me. I'm not particularly sure why that is, but it did feel like the week went by quickly. We had the schedule breaking things up, the schedule release. I hope, for your sake, from your perspective, next week does not go by quickly as you're on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I perceive it to go by quickly without you, I'll miss you around these parts. Do you have any exciting plans?
No, not really.
Braves baseball?
Staycation. I'll be, just chilling at the house. I got that book that I'm working on, so I'll spend some time doing that.
How much have you written since the last update? Anything?
A couple more chapters, so I think it's at like 7,500 words. Something like that right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll put in some work with that.
Can you give us the elevator pitch on what the topic is?
Oh, it's not going to be all that interesting to the current audience.
Oh, it's not.
Like it's a
to the current audience. You mean the Jaguars Today audience?
Yeah, it's not for adults necessarily. Like it's kind of a youth fiction kind of book.
All right.
Kind of thing. And it's about a dragon hero. Like that's what it's going to ultimately be about, but each chapter's coming to me as I go. I don't even know where the story's going to end or if it will end.
You're channeling it right now.
Yeah, like it's just when it happens, it happens.
You know, you're like one of these people. I watch Ancient Aliens all the time. That some, they just started seeing the book right in front of their eyes, and it was all laid out for them. So I don't know. Maybe
like all my friends with their kids, and like all the kids that I'm around, I was like, I could write like
I could write a dragon hero
like it
book.
just kind of struck me. I was like, I could share a story about something like this. Maybe they'll enjoy it. I have no idea, but I'll write it. Yeah.
Good for you. Dylan Denmark, hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Greetings.
You know what I found out this morning?
What did you find out?
I went to the Google machine, and it said if you wake up dying of thirst in the middle of the night, it's because you're dehydrated.
Is that right? Well,
because I woke up not once but twice in the middle of the night, so my body clock is all off right now.
That seems to make sense. If you're very thirsty, you might be dehydrated.
Yeah, I just never knew that.
It seems to be a pretty clear indication, yeah.
You know, I don't remember as a young person. I consider you a young person. I don't remember in my 20s. I was too drunk to wake up. No. I don't remember waking up being thirsty that often in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So
I still don't. I think I drink enough water.
Yeah, I'm on a heavy water kick these days. So it's water, my 1 Celsius energy drink.
Like I know this is a soda right now, but once I get home, it'll be 3.
People don't know that. That could be
water.
full of healthy water, Tony, for all people.
It could be, but it's not.
No,
It's
all right.
full of soda.
So today we're going to get talk a little bit about travel plans. What are the attractive road games? And a road game for you might be coming to Jacksonville. Obviously, if you're an out-of-state fan, I don't consider you Doom. You're close enough and you're a season ticket holder. I'm talking about for the non-season ticket holders. If you're coming from North Carolina to Jacksonville, that's a road trip for you. So today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day asks you, now that you see the schedule, which road games are you planning on building a little mini vacation around, or perhaps just, jetting in and out to a different city. A lot of people going to Vegas, it seems like, and which is understandable. Vegas is just a fun place to go for a weekend, regardless of whether or not your team is playing a game there. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. The whole schedule and what are the appealing trips and places, different stadiums you'd like to see, different cities in the National Football League that you'd like to see. So we got a bunch of choices, certainly, with the Jags going all over the place this year to some places out west that they don't typically make annual pilgrimages to. So we'll get into that a little bit today. Somebody brought me this, and you have probably the best idea on this. Molly McDonald, who does our updates, said that someone dropped off. It's called a sportula, Tony, is what the brand is called. It's a spatula for a sports team, obviously. And I thought, let's see who the team is.
Yeah.
It's the Denver Nuggets. Who they did win last night. I'm wondering, it's like a big barbecue spatula, right? You can see it if you're watching on YouTube right now. I'm wondering if that gives you a nice sear and you get like nuggets on the burger. Of course, it would be spelled backwards then when it's on the burger. I'm not sure how that works.
I don't know,
But they brought it to Molly. They said, here, give this to Mike. He'll know who to give this to.
Oh.
Okay, so we started thinking, who do we know that like the Denver Nuggets? I think Tony Baselli might be a Nuggets fan. Is he a Nuggets guy?
He's from that area.
He's from Colorado.
Yeah.
I think I've heard him claim the Nuggets when they're good. Right? And they're good. And we all, we don't all do that, Tony, but some of us like our teams regardless. But I think I've heard him claim the Nuggets at times. I don't really know any other Nuggets fans. So then it dawned on you, maybe they're talking about RJ. Because RJ claims to be a Laker fan, and then he comes in here decked out in Magic gear when they make the postseason. And anytime they win a game, I see him wearing Orlando Magic stuff head to toe.
Yeah, it's not quite E.T. wearing 10 different baseball teams gear.
No, and
but he doesn't claim a team.
Right,
really.
I don't think E tries to represent a team. I just think he likes
like the shirt
look,
matches the shoes.
The fit. Right? Whatever they're calling it these days. And so be it. I've never been that guy. Like, that looks cool, but I don't root for that team, but whatever.
Yeah, still feel weird.
So maybe it's that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Does anyone out there know of a Denver Nuggets fan that I'm unaware of?
In the building,
at 1010XL, or is a close connection to 1010XL? So anyway, I got a wonderful, if you're an outdoor griller, this is a very nice piece of equipment for you right there. So we'll see. I don't know if RJ's got a grill. I don't know what his living situation is. I don't know if he's a condo guy, a house guy, an apartment guy. I have no idea what his situation is. So, but I'll put it this way. If he wants it, he'll have it. Then we're going to have to start getting him something from a different team all the time. It's going to have to kind of be the thing back in the day. I do have a Utah Jazz pennant. I was like, they became my Western Conference team because I went to Flagler with Jerry Sloan's daughter for a year. She went, one of his daughters, Holly, went to Flagler College back in the 80s. And we used to hang out back in the day. She was a good little hooper, as you might imagine, an NBA coach's daughter to be.
Yeah.
So also, Tone, we got a lot to do on the Travis Hunter front today. NFL.com put out a piece that gave 20, as they called it, 20 records that Travis Hunter could break was the headline. You click on it, and it changed a little bit to Travis Hunter Milestone Watch. 20 records he can potentially set or break as a two-way player. And then most of them are milestones that have already been hit, and he'd be the first one to do it in a while, which is neither then setting nor breaking a record.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they had the actual records for all these things.
Yeah.
Because virtually anything they put on the list is something that it is a record that he could potentially chase in his career. It may not be his rookie season, right? But it's been 40 years since X player did this, and they did it this many times. Travis Hunter's now playing two ways. This is kind of what's on the horizon potentially for a two-way player in the NFL. Who's thought about that? Right? Like, how long has it been since anyone's thought about the guys that are actually playing two ways in the NFL?
Right, and how long has it been since somebody attempted it on a meaningful basis, right? And we hear, it's Chuck Bednarik. You go back to those guys. Well,
like Patrick Peterson would play snaps on offense every now and then. Okay, that's not what we're talking about.
But what's the tally, right? Like how many of those guys broke like 10 snaps or a dozen snaps on both sides of the ball in the same game?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got. We'll go through the list of milestones. Some of them are a little bit silly, but some of them are quite interesting. And another piece at NFL.com today that puts together a prospective Olympic flag football team. Going to be a big debate whether or not NFL players are allowed to play in that, whether their teams are going to want them to play in that. I mean, if you're Shad Khan, you love the idea of Travis Hunter, Jacksonville Jaguar, on an Olympic stage, right? Bringing attention to your organization with your brand new stadium, getting ready to open up. And at the same time, look, he's going to be running around doing something, but do we need Travis Hunter out there playing high-level flag football, change of direction stuff with no direct benefit to the Jacksonville Jaguars? It's always kind of like a debate, right? Like, do you want your guys participating in that kind of thing? I don't know if I can recall too many instances of team sport guys like dream team type guys, Olympic basketball team guys. Right? They call every iteration the dream team. I get it. 92 was the original. But have we had an instance where a guy has gotten injured in that setting and it's really impacted them at least significantly for a season? I'm not sure that that's been the case. Robert Edwards, of course, with the Patriots, did it at the Pro Bowl as a rookie back in like 98 and tore up his leg and was never the same guy again, barely played again in the National Football League. So there's definitely some risk that goes along with it. Well, anyway, we'll get into all these things and more. If you want to talk any aspect of Jacksonville Jaguars football, we invite you to be a part of the program. 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Same number, 641-1010 on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hop in the YouTube virtual studio chat and post your thoughts and questions there if you'd like, or find us on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Now, Denmark, do I need to put a couple of claws in the little mini cooler for you for tomorrow?
Man, I'm going to need some water. It's going to be hot tomorrow.
It is going to be hot tomorrow. You better hydrate, man.
Yeah.
Dylan and I are going to play golf down at LPGA International down there. Very nice couple of courses.
It's supposed to get up mid-90s today.
That's what I've seen, like 94 or something like that is the high. So, you're a young guy, though, man. You can handle it.
I can power through it.
You have plans for tonight, or are you going to be
you know who comes to town tonight?
Juicy J was here yesterday, right?
No, tonight.
Oh, was that tonight?
That's tonight.
I heard E talking about it.
Soldier Boy.
I could have sworn E said he was here last night.
No, he's coming tonight, May 16th.
Are you going to see him?
I might.
You might.
Game time decision. I get off at 8 o'clock, and he's here at 10, so I don't know.
Where's he playing?
Decca, downtown.
Of course.
The new club.
As if you had to tell me.
Yeah. Are you going to slide?
Juicy J is playing. Now, you know what? My wife is going out with some of her college friends tonight, and it's going to be one of those I'll see you tomorrow kind of situations, you know? And so I'm probably just hanging out with my son tonight, and,
cool.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Hey, you want to watch Dad multi-screen it with the Yankees Knicks tonight? No.
I heard there's a show in town at 10.
There is a show in town. I've never heard him express any interest in Juicy J, though. What are tickets going for? What do we?
I think the only tickets that are left are like $40.
$40, and what does that get you? Barely in the door?
No idea.
All right,
I've never been.
Are you really thinking of going?
I probably won't go.
All right, you're just talking a good game. All right. I was just checking on you, man. Seeing, as
one of the fellas just hits me up late. He's like, "Hey, you want to go?"
We're not playing until mid-afternoon tomorrow, so you got a little bit of time to recoup.
Oh yeah, I can recoup.
You can make it. All right. Let's talk a little Jaguar football. Going to be heavy on the schedule and Travis Hunter. And guess what? We're going to be heavy on Travis Hunter a lot going forward here. Saw a piece. I know the guys on the drill were talking about it, breaking down the rookie running back class over at ESPN. We might touch on that as well, what they had to say with Basil Tootin. And now, are we back to LeQuint Allen? It went LeQuint, and now I'm hearing LeQuint again.
I do not know
on this.
Yeah.
So, young running back Allen of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll discuss him as well as we go along. Tony Smith is here. Dylan Denmark is here. Tony won't be here next week, so take advantage of his presence. I'm Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today, and let us know if there's a Denver Nugget fan that's in need of a barbecue spatula, because we got them covered. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. He won 3 national titles at Miami. 3. Played in a Super Bowl with the Steelers. Super Bowl. And went to the Pro Bowl with the Jaguars.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Leon Searcy on XL Primetime. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence can turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet. Even my family is obsessed. And with Father's Day right around the corner, why not surprise Dad with his own custom garage workspace? Tool storage, workbenches, the whole works. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes Dad's. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. Visit closetsbydesign.com.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Want to support a locally and veteran-owned company? If you need a new AC, we should be your first and only call. Ideal Conditions keeps you cool. Just ask your AC. Call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Rebound Rehabilitation. 11 great locations across the First Coast, and they're just a click away when it comes to feeling strong and healthy again. If you need the best path to recovery, look no further than Rebound Rehab. Log on and check out one of their great 11 locations.
Share your voice anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Are you serious? Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
If you can't call or email, text us. 641-1010.
Are you ready to play this summer? At the First Coast YMCA, we're committed to being your home for health and wellness and a place for friendly competition with team sports for adults and for kids. Basketball, volleyball, pickleball, flag football, soccer. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Discover all the benefits of YMCA membership and find your fun this summer at the Y. Registration for team sports and summer camps is open now. Visit fcymca.org.
Hey gang, Prosser here, and it's always great when you can replace a problem with a promise. And let me get right down to it. When it comes to Chad and Sandy and selling your home, here's a promise that you can count on. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Now, more. Spring selling season is here. Rates are down. Activity's up. Now's the best time in years to sell your home. Some homes are sitting on the market, though, and hiring an expert who can maximize your equity and minimize hassle is the key. Those expert agents, and I'm recommending them to sell your home, Chad and Sandy Newman. There have been lots of you out there on the First Coast who are taking advantage. Take David and Heather in Fox Ridge. This is out in Orange Park. We wanted to move to Keystone Heights to get closer to family, away from the city. We heard Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. What you hear is true. We got multiple offers and sold in 3 days for $15,000 above asking price. Call the local experts I trust and recommend to sell my home and yours. Call Chad and Sandy, 414-6200, ChadAndSandy.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Baseball is back. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball at the newly renovated Five-Star Ballpark is your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Want a simple way to boost your company's image without a big renovation? A fresh paint job in your brand's colors can increase recognition up to 80%. At Performance Painting, we help companies stand out with clean, on-brand finishes that impress clients and energize employees. From color consultations to low-odor coatings that won't disrupt operations, we've got you covered. Visit performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Make her dance. Dance and make her dance.
Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Will Dillon make it to the Juicy J show tonight? That's the big drama on Jaguars Today. I'm going to say no. He's going to talk a good game. If you go, though, if you give me some photographic evidence, I'll subsidize your ticket for you.
All right, bet that up.
I'm serious, all right? But I need to know. I'm not going to just hand you $40 and have you go, oh, yeah, man. Really was
I'll take
dancing.
a selfie with Juicy J about 50
Yeah, I
yards
need a
away.
selfie with Juicy J. And then I will subsidize your ticket for you if that's the case. Who would you go? Would you just roll up by yourself? Are you that guy?
If I really wanted to see somebody, I would, but Juicy J's not in that. He's not in that category.
No, you'd have to have a running mate there.
Yeah.
Get in trouble with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Car, what do we call that? A car share, whatever.
Carpool?
Car service, man. Just don't.
Okay.
Ride share.
Uber.
Ride share. Thank you. Ride share. That's the thing. I never take them, but I know what they are, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just be careful. You know what I mean? Set a good example for the youth of America there.
Yes.
Still in Denmark, all right? Just like Caleb Williams was trying to do for incoming quarterbacks right there. His dad said Chicago is the place quarterbacks go to die. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, never had a 4,000-yard passer, Tony. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chicago's been playing professional football in the National Football League for over a century.
Since it was the National Football
Correct.
League, yes.
Oh, I mean, they've been there since day one. Never had a 4,000-yard passer.
That's wild.
I mean, that's crazy, right? I mean, it's not like the Jags are replete with them, but we got a few, and Brunell did it back in 96. So it's not like we're wondering when we would join that club. It was pretty early on in the process. But could you imagine the stories? And I guess we'll see what kind of stories are here, because now they're spinning. Well, now he didn't want to be a Bear, but now that he's there, he absolutely wants to be a Bear. He wanted to be a Minnesota Viking, apparently. Just didn't trust the coaching staff, didn't trust Shane Waldron, the fit there. Said in this piece that came out that it's an ESPN report by Seth Wickersham, and it's he's got a book coming out called American Kings, a biography of the quarterback, that he just didn't like the coaching staff, didn't like the whole setup, and that he basically was like, look, man, they didn't tell me to watch film. They didn't tell me what to watch. They didn't coach me up on it. They didn't give me any guidance. So sometimes I would just pop in some film. Like, I would think if you're a quarterback and you've been a starting quarterback and you've been a film watching type quarterback, like how much film do guys watch in high school, Dylan? from any position, but particularly the quarterback position. Is there a whole lot of that going on?
Quarterbacks will watch probably the most film out of anybody.
And what is that? Give me a typical week in season. A couple of hours? Or
Max 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so like 2 hours a week, maybe.
Yes.
Right? And you're looking at what? Your own film, or you're looking at your opponent's defense?
You're looking at the defense a little bit, what coverage they run, and then, you might watch yourself a little bit the previous game and look at your mistakes.
And kind of go through, and then I would imagine you get into college, it becomes a more comprehensive process.
A lot more meetings in college.
Right, because you want to break down your own film, and here are my flaws. Here's where, oh man, if I'd made that decision a split second sooner, what did you see? What didn't you see? And he was kind of left to his own devices. Now, obviously, Chicago ripped it out at the roots. They don't make many in-season coaching changes, and they did with Waldron last year, and obviously Ben Johnson is in there now, and so the feeling is it's a whole different situation. But could you imagine, Tony, if the story that came out was about not wanting to play for Jacksonville for any reason? I feel like that would linger and be one of the main things that was said about that player. And who knows how long this will attach to Caleb Williams, right? Because we're just learning about this, but absolutely did not want to play for the franchise, was apparently felt he was underserved from a coaching standpoint in his rookie campaign. And maybe it's all good now because he had to go through that. You got him. They thought about not going into the draft, trying to enter and playing like for a year in one of the other leagues, the spring leagues, and then coming back and trying to be an undrafted free agent and then just picking their team. But as Pro Football Talk pointed out, and yes, we still reference them from time to time when they make a factual observation, that if you go undrafted, you just go back into the next year's draft, right? And you're eligible to be drafted again. Now, and here's the thing, and even if you went into the draft with the idea, don't pick me, somebody might spend a 7th rounder on you just to squat on your rights for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes. I think that's what the Raiders did with Bo Jackson back in the day. You know, it took a late pick, and it worked out for them for the period of time he was willing to come and play in the National Football League. But, man, I just was thinking about this from a Jags perspective. Could you imagine if the story came out, Trevor Lawrence didn't want to be drafted by the Jaguars because it's just a franchise that it's where – imagine – Trevor Lawrence, a close family member said Jacksonville is where quarterbacks go to die, or where careers go to die, which is a very similar kind of thing. In many ways, when you look at it, there have been a lot of disappointment, right, in Jacksonville, and you could understand it on the one hand. I just feel like this would be something that would attach to that player because of the city. People are like, oh, it's Chicago. Chicago's great. It's this fantastic city. It has nothing to do with the city.
No.
It has to do with the organization and the support that you're getting there, and it's just interesting to look at. Here's a guy who almost had that cachet. He didn't go to the point of saying, hey, don't draft me, Bears. You know, he didn't push the limit on it, but it makes it sound like he was tiptoeing right up to that line.
At least he was willing to flirt with it, you know, a little bit. It was all kind of behind the scenes stuff, but now it's being written about and it's become public information. And yeah, I do think if that kind of thing became public about a guy like Trevor Lawrence here in Jacksonville, yeah, people would never shut up about it.
Never.
Like, that would be, well, of course that's going to happen to Jacksonville. Who would ever want to play there? We told you, no one ever wants to be there. He's stuck in purgatory. We all knew it when it was happening. Like, obviously, he doesn't want to get stuck there. Now, it's ridiculous to say, considering how it's worked out with Trevor Lawrence. He's already got the second contract here, so he doesn't feel any of those things.
Right.
About Jacksonville, but
we're just using that as a for instance.
Right, yeah, but it is interesting that Caleb would have that kind of mindset, and I think it's interesting that it didn't come out during the process, right, of him winding up being the number 1 pick to the Chicago Bears, and that it doesn't sound like the reason for all the chaos that was going on in Chicago last year, none of that sounds like it's attached to Caleb doesn't want to be here. It all sounds much more attached to what are they doing with Caleb, right? Like it's much more, he's having to do what to get ready for games?
Right.
Like no one's coaching him at all? Like no one's working with him in that regard at all?
It seems like such a low bar to clear, right? Like, okay, I get they're dysfunctional organizations. They're not having the rookie number 1 overall pick quarterback watch film? or not guiding him through on his own, obviously. I mean, there are team film sessions when they go over stuff, but I would hope that they're all taking advantage. And I don't know what Trevor Lawrence's week is like in terms of solo film watching. I really don't know. I would hope he's doing a lot of it. Needs to do more of it, and until you perfect, I would say they would all need to do more of it, with a handful of exceptions in the National Football League, unless you're playing at your peak capacity, and very few quarterbacks do that. So anyway, yay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm in Chicago, hooray.
I don't know how many franchises that Blake Bortles' 2015 season here in Jacksonville would have been that franchise's all-time leading season in yards and touchdowns.
Right.
But Chicago would be one of the other ones.
No doubt.
Right?
By a long way.
Like Bortles with 44, 28, and 35 touchdowns that year. That is, Chicago's never had anyone, they've never had a 30 touchdown pass guy.
Never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Right.
So.
Like I get it. The Jags have only had the one. Right? Like Blake is the only one that's ever thrown for the 30 touchdown passes. They've had 2 4,000-yard seasons in franchise history, the other one being Trevor in 2022.
And Burnell.
Burnell threw for, I don't see him. No, he threw for 36-40 was his high.
Didn't he? In 96, he didn't throw for 4,000?
No. I'm looking at it right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking. Like it's Blake has 3 of the top 6 in franchise history. Trevor has the other 2, and David Garrard had 1.
No, Burnell, 43, 67, and 96.
Oh, I just didn't have it ordered by yards. Sorry.
That's all right. All right. I thought, man, I am definitely past the peak of my mental abilities. That one forever stood out because it was so far the outlier.
Yeah, the Jags have 4 4,000-yard seasons in franchise history. Blake, Burnell there in 96, and Trevor Lawrence has done
and the Jags have been around less than a third of the time the Bears have. So
it's
that's
the
part
length of time that the Bears haven't had any of that success.
That you didn't stumble into one at some point in time. And that thing, who's the greatest quarterback in Bears franchise history? I can't speak to that, but it's probably a guy who played a long time ago.
Probably.
I don't think so. He won the Super Bowl, but if you look at his career numbers, they're nothing to.
I can't think of another one.
Like whoever,
like Sid Luckman or one of those.
Like whoever the quarterback is, they're not going to be all that much better than Jay Cutler, right? Like that's kind of the franchise history of where the Bears have been.
Right up until that, prior to Caleb Williams, Jay Cutler may have been the most talented quarterback in franchise history. But anyway,
like I think it is Sid Luckman who holds the franchise record for passing yards in a season.
Yeah, and now we're getting into the names that Dylan's never heard of at this point. All right, so you know what? That's their issue to deal with.
Certainly
our guy's happy here. Let's hope he plays a way that makes us all happy that he's getting it done here. We'll come back. Let's shift it back to the Jags and take a look at this NFL.com piece on milestones that Travis Hunter could accomplish in his rookie season. How many of them are likely? How many of them are silly? How many of them are, wow, that would be eye-opening if he's able to do that. We'll go through the list when we return in a moment. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Maybe, just maybe, I'm going to indoctrinate young Denmark into the Dandy Tuna Salad Club tomorrow for a ride down to LPGA in Daytona. Dandy is great for on-the-go convenience. They're a Duval original created by the Thompson family about 70 years ago. Dandy and the Anytime Deli line of sandwiches, subs, on-the-go food items. You'll find them in area gate stations. Super quick, super convenient. And here's the thing, too. You're always going to be happy. You open it up, it's going to be fresh, made with the highest quality ingredients, locally sourced as often as possible. What is? Well, I couldn't tell you because whatever you pick is up to you. There are over 30 different Dandy varieties at any given gate station, from a full breakfast menu to classic sandwich and sub line, protein packs, veggie trays, fruit cups, gourmet salads, food on the go in Duval. Dandy's the name to know. So do what I do when you're hungry, folks. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. Get a Gator baseball chomp on 1010XL.
The Gators try to make a meal out of the Crimson Tide. Florida, Alabama. Tonight at 6:30 and tomorrow at 4 on 1010 AM.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local women-owned solar company. At Clay Solar, we're more than just panels and power. We're about people. We make the switch to clean energy simple, stress-free, and built to last. If you've had a bad experience with solar in the past, we can help. We specialize in dependable solutions and top-notch customer service, so you can finally enjoy the savings and sustainability you deserve. Schedule your free consultation at claysolar.com.
Got a leaky faucet? AC blowing hot air? No worries, Duck Duck Rooter has your back. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, AC, and a whole lot of quacking good service.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
The Golf Club of Southampton has plenty going on, from a great round to a round with your buds, soaking up some football and great grub. Every Saturday and Sunday at Southampton, enjoy their game day special. Wings tossed in your favorite sauce and a cold pitcher of beer. Membership opportunities to take advantage of, too. Join Southampton with a paid initiation, and you'll get a $500 gift card. Perfect for golf, pro shop purchases, or the clubhouse. Check it out. It's all happening at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Mia O'Brien is going to be the first woman president of the United States of America.
Catch me weekdays from noon to 2 on Helmets and Heels.
And she could run later this year even, and I would vote for her.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota on 1010XL.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with prices that don't break the bank and our wow-ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing to provide you with a peace of mind. You better beat the surge and head to the all-new Beaver Toyota or Chevrolet for the car buying experience you deserve.
A chipped windshield can turn into a big problem fast.
Lauren Brooks here. Trust Novus Glass of Jacksonville for expert repair and replacement. Call 904-289-2905 for Novus Glass in Orange Park. 904-289-2905.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now more Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, Denmark, we have an update. What's going on?
So the guy that dropped off the Sportula?
The Sportula. Thank you for using its accurate name. Denver Nuggets
He said
Sportula.
it's just for you.
For me?
Not for anybody specifically. And he said that you have a Utah Jazz one. He's going to send you a Utah Jazz Sportula as well.
Wow. I have a Utah Jazz pennant.
Yes.
Yes, that was signed by the Jazz back in the day, too. It was a nice Christmas present. Thank you, Holly Sloan. Hope you're doing well wherever you are out there in the world. So this is for me.
Yes, sir.
Man. All right.
All right.
I guess I'll be flipping some Denver Nugget burgers.
I guess so, yeah.
You know, some beefy nuggets on the grill.
Game 7 Sunday.
It is Sunday. Kind of like the Nugs, but then again, I could be wrong. I don't know. They don't match up well with Minnesota in the next round if they get there. I just want to win tonight, man. That's it. Follow up on yesterday, Tone. Oh, who's calling? What do you think? Should I get it? Nah.
Probably not.
Is it your friend Spam?
I'm going to let that guy. No, I didn't get Spam. Likely didn't call me today, but how do they know that? You know? Just to frequently
they got a
complain
database
about
of the
number
spam, yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I had one 3 weeks ago that said likely a political call, and it was like a congressman trying to get me to go somewhere. I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening.
You didn't talk to him?
No.
Then how do you know they're trying to get you to go somewhere?
Oh, because he left me a voicemail.
Oh, okay. You listen to your congressman's voice?
No, actually, if you go on the iPhone, it give you a transcription.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm an Android guy, so what do I know? You know?
My Android will give me a transcription.
Will it?
Yeah.
Mine might too. I don't know. I've never tried. I usually, if it goes to voicemail, I'm like, huh, that's interesting. And then in a couple months, when I clean out my voicemail, I'll be like, oh, that's what that call was.
Good thing it wasn't important.
I'm not good with the voicemail checking. I got to admit to you. Follow up to yesterday's predict the record.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Brian on Twitter here goes 11-6. I ain't shocked if it's 6-11. You know, I don't think that's unfair, right? Like we had him at 8 or 9 wins yesterday. I'd be disappointed in only 6-11.
Sure.
Would I be shocked? Depends on how it plays out, right? 6-11. Can you be a 6-11 team on the rise? Maybe. By the way, NFL.com, you see this, Tony, said that the Jaguars' schedule is the second most favorable in the entire league. Now, it's not the second easiest based on winning percentage. The easiest is San Francisco, and they were said to have the most manageable schedule out there, which, of course, includes your Jacksonville Jaguars.
So by what metric do you measure favorability?
Well, let me get there. Strength of schedule is tied for 23rd.
Okay.
So it's not overly hard.
No.
In that regard.
You wouldn't expect it to be. They're playing in the South.
Correct.
Yeah.
Here's what they had to say. Suddenly, some excitement at Duval with a new head coach, new GM who just hand-delivered two-way phenom Travis Hunter to town, and a schedule that might be, dare I say, pretty favorable, all things considered. They will have to navigate a 5-game build-up to start the season, starting with an improved Panthers team at home, gearing up through Week 5 Monday nighter against the Chiefs. The Jags also play in London against a tough Rams team. We'll have a few trips out west, including a tough December battle in Denver. It doesn't sound I heard tough a lot in there, but they continue outside of that. Things couldn't line up much better for Liam Cohen as he tries to construct an offense. The good news is he'll have some time built in with only one division game before Week 10, and it comes with a smoother landing as well with 5 of the final 6 games against the Titans, Colts, and Jets. So I guess you've got the schedule, but here's the way it lays out. So if you can, tread water early on, get your sea legs, I'm using all these silly metaphors, and you'll be ready to attack the soft underbelly of the schedule down the stretch, which, look, it's not unlike what I predicted yesterday. I had them starting, I think, 3-7. and finishing up 9-8. So, it could absolutely play out that way. It's just interesting that they feel like, taking into the actual records of the opponents, which that alone, there's your strength of schedule, but then factoring in the flow of the season, they feel like it's the second most advantageous for any team.
Okay. They're looking at all. I'm not looking at all 32 team schedules that way. So I suppose it's interesting if you are through that lens and you're saying here's where we kind of rank them when we look at the way all 32 team schedules are put together. The way that it plays out for the Jaguars is this, right? And it's like, okay. I don't have a whole lot of interest in doing that myself. I appreciate someone else putting in the time to do it, right? To actually have a ranking of that kind of thing is interesting. And look, we talked about it yesterday when the schedule got released and we were talking about it. They do have an opportunity the back half of the season to make a run. It's there. That opportunity is there, and that's because that's the way the schedule was put together. From that perspective, yes. They got fortunate that if they are going to be a hot team at the end of the season, the path for that to happen is pretty clear for this football team.
We'll see if it plays out that way. Elsewhere at NFL.com, the well-known Dante Koplowitz-Fleming has put together a piece. That sounds like some kind of like horrible scientific scale, the Koplowitz-Fleming scale, right? Which tells you the likelihood of your planet dying an unnatural death by falling into the sun. Where does he fall on the Koplowitz-Fleming spectrum? Anyway, Dante Koplowitz-Fleming put together a list of 20 milestones that Travis Hunter could at least meet this year. Let's go through. You and Dylan tell me how likely that he is to reach these milestones. Give me a percentage likelihood on these, okay? And I'll tell you the last time somebody did it.
Okay.
At least according to the Koplowitz-Fleming scale.
Okay.
Play at least 20 snaps on offense and defense in a single game. Last to do it, nobody, since Next Gen Stats started tracking this data in 2016. Come on!
I would put that one at 100% for probably at least 13 or 14 games.
100%.
Minimum.
Right. I mean, it easily matches. Dylan, anything less than 100%? 99. Right? I mean, well, let's presume Travis Hunter can suit up for 15 games out of 17 this year, right? I don't know. Hopefully he suits up for all 17, right? I mean, phenomenal athlete. No reason to think he can't. But let's just be reasonable that some guys get a tweak and something and you miss a couple of games.
So that's essentially him playing maybe a third of the snaps on both sides of the ball that day?
Yeah, this is silly, right? Yeah. I mean, obviously he's going to hit that. Now, the whole thing potentially set or break records. You're not setting or breaking anything. It's happened before. It just hasn't happened in the Next Gen Stats era. Yeah. All right, moving on. Play more than 100 total snaps in a game, okay? Now, he averaged 111 and a half snaps from scrimmage in 2 years at Colorado. No one has done it since 2016. Obviously, what is the likelihood that he'll play more than 100 total snaps in a game this year?
I put that 60-40.
That high?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, that's high.
I'm more 25, 35%.
That's kind of where I'm at, right? Yeah. 100 is a big number. I'm not saying he won't get to be that level of player, but he's not going to be on 100% of the offensive snaps.
No, but I expect that there will be a game at some point in the schedule where the leverage is going to be high enough that he's playing. So. He's just playing. We're playing him. I could certainly see that happening, especially as they get deeper into the season.
All right. What are we getting? 130 snaps a game, something like that, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's a big chunk.
It's a big number. Yeah.
I'm more on the Dylan side of that, but Tony puts it at 60-40 on that one. All right, let's see. Oh, by the way, they've got this most snaps played in an FBS game since 2023. Travis Hunter versus Texas Tech. Any guess to how many snaps?
124.
This is high watermark.
Yeah, somewhere around 120.
155. Okay.
That's insane.
Okay. His next highest, Travis Hunter versus Stanford. And he got
130 something, 135.
144.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it the week after the last one?
I'm not sure, right? Yeah. He was tired. Travis Hunter versus TCU. Denmark.
That game he played a lot.
Well, I'm going downward.
Yeah, this
here.
is
I'll
going-
say 138.
140. Still in the 140. Travis Hunter versus Baylor. 139. And then you can go on and on and on with this, and no one's even been close on these. Travis Hunter versus Cincinnati, 130. Travis Hunter versus Utah, 127. Travis Hunter versus Nebraska, 125. Same versus North Dakota State. Same versus UCF. Then he's got 3 games of 116 or 117. Another one at 114. He played 103 versus UCLA. 7 players played 102 snaps apparently in this time frame. So he's got the most, top dozen or so games, and I'm sure he's probably included in that 102 total as well. Well, we know he plays a bunch. All right, let's see here. Start on offense and defense in the same game. Last to do it. Who's the last guy to do that in the National Football League?
Because I heard you mention it and I know it, so I won't answer.
All right,
I have no idea.
No clue. He's got a lot of kids.
Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah, you got that right, baby.
Are you serious?
We'd be a good game show team right there. Got a lot of kids. You didn't go Phillip Rivers. So nicely done.
I didn't expect
Could have
him
been
to start
Tyreek Hill. I don't know. Probably a lot of guys have a lot of kids.
Oh, I would love to live in the world where Phillip Rivers started his game on defense one time.
Off-ball linebacker. Antonio Cromartie did it in 2012. What are you putting this at, Tone?
At least double-digit games that he does that.
Right,
this year.
99 point whatever percent. You know, I wouldn't put you can't put 100% on anything practically, but this seems like an obvious one. This might happen week 1, just to be ceremonial about it. I think you got to be fair though. Like if he doesn't earn that spot, if it's not clear, if you've got an idea to play him in packages, but he's not going to be the quote starter over Jarian Jones in terms of coming out of training camp, I don't want to see him get just the ceremonial thing. That's kind of make him earn that.
He's a starter on offense and defense. If he earns it,
he earns it. Yeah, fine, right. And if you plan on using him that way, and we'll see how they go with that. But that seems like an obviously easy one to do. Let me see here. Last rookie to do it, Spencer Larson. The Broncos 6th round pick, played both linebacker and fullback in 2000, whatever it was.
It's a tricky one.
2008, right.
Yeah.
Start on offense and defense in the same game multiple times. You already said you expect that to happen a bunch.
Yeah.
Dion did it in 96 back in the day. Run. What is this? Oh, wow. This is actual distance run. This is interesting. We, growing up, never had these kind of numbers. Run 2,000 plus yards in a game from snap to whistle. The distance you're running from snap to whistle. The current record is, believe it or not, Zay Jones. Zay Jones ran 1,908 yards against the Bears when he was with Buffalo back in 2018.
Yeah.
He had 18 yards receiving in that game. Yeah.
These are the kinds of records that we don't have good history of, right? Like it is kind of a next-gen thing, keeping track of players and how much they were running on the field for, this game, like that kind of. I would love to know, like, what the all-time record is for an NFL player in this kind of game, because I do think Travis Hunter could potentially push that kind of record if we actually knew what it was.
Right, we don't have any clue, but I would expect that, he'll probably top that. I mean, because he's going to be playing. And their point here, opposing offensive coordinators could test his status as the cardio king by running go routes at him all game.
I would.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right? And, oh, by the way, the first time he picks one of those off or whatever, maybe you'll change your stance on
test
that.
it, though, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll come back. There are plenty more of these milestones that they've laid out for Travis Hunter in his rookie season. We'll see how many of these are reasonable, doable, long shots, what have you, as we continue on. Getting into hour number 2, you're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are expecting slight turbulence. Please remain in your seats until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign.
We have clearance, Clarence.
What's our vector, Victor?
1010XL.
It's the only way to fly.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, the wings are fresh, the drinks are cold, and the game is always on. With 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, and handcrafted cocktails, there's no better place to kick back and catch every play. Escape the ordinary. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Bernardino Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Bernardino Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather starting to turn for the better, look ahead. Get that backyard ready for spring with a new screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are best in the business. If you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The ultimate Pink Floyd experience is back. Brit Floyd returns, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Pink Floyd's legendary Wish You Were Here album. It's Brit Floyd, May 20th at Florida Theater. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
At Tucker Equipment Rental in Neptune Beach, you just don't rent quality machines, you rent quality customer service. Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dave. Tucker Equipment Rental has been supplying Jacksonville with equipment and event rental for over 50 years.
From commercial and homeowner projects, we've got what you need: lifts, dirt equipment, and landscape equipment.
And don't forget about event rentals, from festivals to weddings to backyard barbecues.
Local, knowledgeable, and always ready to help.
Tucker Equipment Rentals.
You need it, we've got it, come see us.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration. Broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL local sports update brought to you by the First Coast YMCA. The University of North Florida Ospreys baseball team delivered a commanding performance last night, defeating crosstown rival JU 15-4 in the opening game of the River City Rumble Series at John Sessions Stadium. After Jacksonville took an early 1-0 lead in the first inning, UNF responded with a surge of runs, scoring 7 between the third and fifth innings. The Ospreys then pulled away late, adding 8 unanswered runs from the 7th through the 9th innings. Game 2 of the series will be tonight at 7. The North Florida Ospreys softball team gets set to make their NCAA postseason debut up in South Carolina at the Columbia Regional. The Ospreys will take on second-seeded Virginia with first pitch at 3 today. Ospreys star pitcher Allison Betting will look to lead the team as she recently has been awarded a Sun Player, Pitcher, and Scholar Athlete of the Year. It's 84 degrees at 11 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Yo, Denmark, Baldwin, sports update. Softball team took it on the chin.
Yeah, they lost 6-3. They had to go all the way out of North Bay Haven, about 4 hours west.
What was that, regional finals you were saying?
Yeah, for the trip to go to the Final Four.
They've been really good, right, lately?
Yeah, they made the Final Four every year since 2021, I think. 22.
How come y'all ain't talking about Baldwin? That's the only only high school any of us coaches in any capacity is the Baldwin Indians. So they get a lot of love here on Jaguars Today. You know, Dylan, what would it take to lure you away to another school? Big signing bonus?
A lot more money, but even then, I'm like, it's not even worth it.
My man.
I mean, the way that coaches get paid, man, you do it for the love of,
I get it.
And the kids.
I get it.
I don't think I'd have that same love for, another school.
All right. That's fair.
I mean, my mind could change, but I don't think it changed.
And here's the thing, Tone. I don't think someone's going to come with the bag, right? And so it's easier just to go with, you know what, man, I wouldn't leave these guys for anything, you know? But if they do come with the bag, you can reserve the right to change your mind. Johnny Vegas won over at Quail Hollow at 6 under par, though, is your leader by a shot over a trio of golfers, several of which I don't know much about. I'll say that. So I'll be pulling for Scheffler this afternoon because I'm a front runner, if nothing else, baby. No doubt about it. DeChambeau, 2 under on the day, 2 under on the tournament is where he's at right now. How'd you do in your fantasy golf picks this week, Denmark?
We're sucking right now.
Are you?
So we need the boys to rally the troops. However, everybody else pretty much kind of took the same. You pick one between Rory and Scotty. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure one of the 20 people is under par, but everybody seems like they're over par right now. I was 10 over, I think. Yesterday.
You were 10 over?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems but we'll see how the scores play out.
Even out
over the weekend.
Yeah.
And mud
gotta
ball,
make the cut first.
I'm going to declare this right now. If I get a mud ball at LPGA, I'm picking it up and cleaning it. I'm just telling you right now. All right? We can all play the same ground rules.
Yes.
I'm cleaning my mud ball. That's the way it is. We're casual golfers, man. All right, Tony. Let's get back on the Travis Hunter quest here. Rookie season milestones, according to NFL.com, that could be within striking distance for the Jaguars' two-way star. Yeah, you're going to probably, is it possible that Jaguar fans will be sick of hearing about Travis Hunter? Because we're going to test that theory.
No.
Over the course of the next few months. You don't think so?
No.
Travis Hunter, all Travis Hunter. Why don't we talk about anybody else? Just Travis Hunter. No?
No,
All right.
I don't think so.
All right. Tony has spoken.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, will he play 1,200 snaps from scrimmage in a single season?
Yes.
This year?
Easy, yes.
I think so this year.
If he plays every game, yes.
Yeah, 17 games.
What's that work out to?
Yeah.
Give me a snap count there, Dylan. I can't.
1 second.
There's no way this calculator's coming up within the next 5 minutes if I
70 snaps a game if you play all 17 games.
70. Okay, then I would
So
agree
that's
with
half
that.
the snaps on each side.
Right. That, and he'll get 50 on offense, you would think.
Yeah.
Should be fairly easy. How many do you think he played in 13 games for Colorado last year? Do you know the number?
No.
On average?
Total snaps.
I mean, it's going to be pushing 1,500 would be my guess.
1460. He had average basically we can expect him to average fewer than the 112.3 mark he reached this year. That's how many he played on average, 112. And he did it at altitude, man. And again, every time I watched the Nuggets last night, you see their new logo. They got the 5280 for the elevation, my high elevation. It's like the thin air. My man's out there in the thin air playing 112 snaps.
In college football where if you wanted to sub him, you couldn't. Right? Like, especially on defense because of the way that the game is played. Like, there's just no time to even get him off the field if you wanted to get him off the field at any point. So he better have his cardio ready, and it was.
All right, here's one for you. This is a little tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Record at least one receiving touchdown and one interception in a single game. Last to do it was Brian Dawkins. So there you go, a little Jacksonville connection. He did it against the Texans in 2002. Had an interception and a touchdown reception in the same game. He also, not only did Weapon X have a receiving touchdown, he had 57 yards. It was a 57-yarder on a fake punt is what it was. He also had a fumble recovery in that game, a sack, and an interception against David Carr.
And Dawkins was that guy.
All right, this is tough. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. How many interceptions is Travis Hunter going to get this year?
You think that number's at like 3 or 4, and if that happens in 4 separate games, then he'd have to have a touchdown in one of those 4 games.
Correct.
Right, and so if I think his touchdown number's likely to be in that 5 or 6 range, which I do, like that's where I think it's likely to wind up. So it's how likely do I think it is that
it's going
those
to match
overlap?
up? Total guess.
I would maybe like somewhere in that 8 to 10% range.
I was thinking 10 to 15% range.
Yeah, max 10%.
Max 10% for Denmark, everyone. All right, moving along here. Again, these are milestones. Deceptive headline. They're not records that Travis Hunter can break. If someone's done it, he's just going to match it. He's not setting or breaking a record, but nevertheless, they're interesting milestones. All right, here's one. Record 100 receiving yards and at least one interception in a single game.
Same kind of thing to me.
I feel like this is how many. I guess that's the question. How many 100-yard games is he going to have compared to touchdowns?
Like maybe the 100-yard games is a little bit higher, so I'd maybe put it slightly
maybe it's not.
higher.
I don't know. That's a good bet. What would you say Travis Hunter will have more of this year? 100-yard receiving games or receiving touchdowns? I'd bet the touchdowldowns.
How many
100-yard games?
You think he'll have more 100-yard games?
Yeah.
See, you can have a 30-yard game and have a touchdown, man. You can have, you can also have a 91-yard game and have a touchdown.
How many 100-yard games did BTJ have?
That's a good question. Maybe a crack producer would look that up for us.
Like just as a direct comparison. He had 4.
He had 4, all right. And he had 10 touchdowns.
And he had, So I think the numbers, I think it's less likely.
Yeah, he had 94 against Cleveland, 86 against Houston,
right? I think
89 against New England.
But again, just the touchdowns versus 100-yard games, I think touchdowns would be the way I'd lean. On that.
And so it would put the percentage lower. Like that puts it, probably halves it for me to more that 3 to 5%.
I'm going to still leave it around the 10% range. All right, let's move on from that one. These are 20 different milestones that Travis Hunter could achieve in his rookie season.
Who was the last one to do the 100 yards and an interception?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Any idea? I think I remember this interception. It was Keyshawn Johnson, and he went in as part of a Hail Mary defense package.
The divisional round against the Jags.
Yes.
In 98.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? So there you go. Been a while.
That's crazy.
Right. All right, record 1,000 receiving yards and 4 interceptions in a season. Last to do that.
This is what I'm talking. Like this guy, if this whole article was just this, I'd be, oh my gosh. Like I saw the headline, I was like, it's got to be this kind of stuff.
He will have that year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll have it as a rookie.
Right.
All right.
But he's the first guy to come into the league that even has a chance to do this kind of thing. And how long? Who was the last guy to do this?
Don Hudson in 1942.
This is what 80 years. This is what I'm talking about.
By the way, he's probably the only guy to do it because it was the first 1,000-yard receiving season in NFL history ever by anyone.
Wild.
So he had 1,200 yards. So that means prior to him, nobody did it. If he's the last to do it, he's the only one.
Yeah.
To have 1,000 yards receiving, he had 7 interceptions that year.
Yeah.
And 1,200 yards receiving.
Yeah. Like 4+ interceptions is a high bar.
I'm going to go 5%, 3% on this one, but I'm going to say over the course of his career, I don't think he does it as much as you think. Because I think getting 4 interceptions is still
so
tough.
Yeah.
And if you could have a 950-yard season, 7 interceptions, there's so many ways you could just miss it.
If he only does it once, it's remarkable.
And he's got Brian Thomas Jr. hogging a bunch of targets with him as well, which can help, to open things up. So that's a milestone that you're like wow.
If he does that, I would put that, if he has 3 seasons where he does that in his career, he's probably a Hall of Famer.
Probably so. Yeah.
Right? Like he won the MVP probably the year he did it. And
Don Hudson.
Right. And I'm saying if he happened to get that done sometime in the next 5 years, where he had a season where Travis Hunter caught 1,200 yards in passes and had 6 interceptions that year. That season, I think he has probably a legit chance to win MVP for an award where it's been a quarterback award for so long. Like it's so remarkable, those kind of numbers, but there's not another player that's played in the league in 80 years that even has a chance to talk about this stuff.
Well, think about this. From a Jaguar perspective, okay, Brian Thomas is the only rookie receiver to have 1,000 yards in a Jaguar uniform. And who are the 2 players that have 4 interceptions as a rookie for the Jags ever?
I know Derek Cox did it.
Cox did it because Derek Cox came in. He had like a good little. He had 10 in 3 years.
We were hyped on Derek Cox.
Man, and I get it. They traded like the next year's future 2, and they got him in the 3rd, but because they felt like, well, next year he'll be easily worth a 2, and we'll get him a year ahead of time. It made logical sense at the time. Who's the other one?
My guess would be Donovan, but I don't think
it would be Reggie Nelson who did it. All right. This is kind of a funny one. Intercept the number 1 overall pick and catch a touchdown pass from a number 1 overall pick in a career. This is in a career. Okay. Unless you've looked, you'd never get it.
He might do that week 1.
Intercept a number 1 overall pick. Tony Scheffler. Remember the Broncos tight end, right? He intercepted Carson Palmer on a Hail Mary in 2009 and then caught a touchdown pass 2 years later from Matthew Stafford. So this is like, can we scrape it together? And you're asking, can he do it in 1 year? Well, let's go get Cam Ward.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do this.
He could do it week 1 against Bryce Young.
He could exactly.
Yeah.
He could do it against Bryce Young. He could do it again. He'll have multiple opportunities.
If he got the interception and Trevor
do it against Kyler, right? I mean, he's got a lot of number 1 picks that
absolutely.
I think I like this better than some of the other bets because you assume he's catching a touchdown at some point, and then all it takes is that 1 interception in one of maybe 4 or 5 games over the course of the year. So I'm with you. I think that one is definitely doable. Win either offensive or defensive rookie of the year or both. Again, how is this setting any kind of milestone? Someone wins this every year, but winning both would be crazy.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
I just think last Jaguar player to win either, nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen probably got close.
That's what they said. Jalen got close in 2016, coming in second behind Joey Bosa. For defense, I think MJD was 3rd in offensive rookie of the year voting in the final tally. Back then, no player obviously has ever done it. 11 wide receivers. Only 11 wide receivers since 1967 have been offensive rookie of the year.
Garrett Wilson being the last one.
Was he the last one? Okay. And
Chase the year before.
11 defensive backs have won a defensive rookie of the year in that same span. I just don't think he plays enough on defense, in my opinion, to...
The numbers would have to be huge.
Right. I mean,
the impact numbers would have to be huge.
I could see him being like the overall rookie of the year, but not really getting the recognition in any one category. Like, how are you going to die if the guy has 850 yards and 5 interceptions that he isn't the best?
We got to figure out which one we're giving.
Right. They're going to give Gentile win the offensive rookie of the year because he'll rush for 1,200, 1,300 yards, and we'll see on defense. Maybe just the field's more wide open on the defensive side. That's possible as well.
Probably is.
All right, we'll continue on the other side with a few more of these. Some of these now are definitely getting into career mode, So again, one of the most it's fun, but just one of the most misleading headlines. 20 records Travis Hunter could set this year. Okay, so we'll see what else is out there for him. But 1,000 yards and 4 interceptions, my goodness, man! And then you're going to be telling us how we overpaid the Cleveland Browns national media. We shall see how that all plays out. We got PGA Championship leaderboard updates coming your way all throughout the hour and all throughout the course of the afternoon, so stay tuned for those. More Jaguar talk ahead. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Take the straightaway at 200 miles an hour.
He's got him. Oh, they're ready to go.
It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Sunday night, NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on Jacksonville's NASCAR station 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's Glass. Those beautiful custom glass shower enclosures, maybe a new mirror, a glass tabletop. They can even replace your foggy or cracked glass without having to replace the whole window. Lee and Kate's is local. They're family-owned. They've been a part of our community since 1926. Boy, they've taken care of me, including our brand-new offices at Walk-Off Charities. They did a great job. I promise they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
Are you ready to step up to luxury?
Check out the power of our exciting 2025 lineup, including the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Visti.
With over 15 electric Cadillacs in stock and more on the way, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and embrace luxury with a twist.
At Randy Marion, there are no tariffs. Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, and see why our electric lineup turns heads.
Don't miss out. Drive Cadillac, electric or gas. We have both. Plus tax tag title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Takes home the Wanamaker Trophy.
The defending champion says,
Hear updates and coverage of the PGA Championship, driven by St. John's Middle School Athletic Association and TopDressing.com. Follow the leaders on 1010XL.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Looking for a fun-filled evening the whole family can enjoy? Discover the thrill of indoor football, a fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. Check out your hometown Sharks this Saturday, May 17th. Kickoff at 7. Ask about family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card, all for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. 904-621-0700.
Prosser here, looking for a fun-filled evening that the whole family can enjoy. Our Jacksonville Sharks are back in town this Saturday. Discover the thrill of indoor football, fast-paced, action-packed sport where excitement meets family fun. This Saturday, May 17th, kickoff 7 o'clock. Ask about our family 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 $10 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card. All for only $100. For ticketing, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Go Sharks!
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
You don't need no headphone. Gus Logan in the studio with us here. We'll get back to the Travis Hunter milestone watch. It's kind of fun, to see this piece over at NFL.com. You can check it out for yourself. 20 records Travis Hunter might break or set. Forget that. It's more milestones he might reach, equal in some cases, or there are some records he might set as a rookie, and we'll continue to look at that. But our own Gus Logue, I can't call him that for much longer, Tony. I guess until, I don't know, what time are you getting out of here today? 5 o'clock?
Probably 1.
1? All right. You know what? Half day. I don't know what your schedule is, bro. I don't know anybody's schedule. If you're here at noon, then you're a hard worker, as the way I look at it. But Gus has toiled for a long time for Big Cat Country and has hosted Duval Rundown, our podcast here at 1010XL, and done a lot of behind-the-scenes work over the last couple of years, and announced yesterday that you're branching out. You're going to greener pastures or tealer pastures, hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. Tealer
the case
pastures.
may be.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, as you said, I'm deserting you guys. I'm leaving you guys. It's
terrible person you are.
It's been an amazing 2 years here. I started in May of 23, I guess it was. And so shout out to you, first ever guest on Duval Rundown, which will continue without me, to be clear.
Notice I haven't been back, Tony. I wasn't that good. So just throwing that out there.
I thought it was one of my favorite episodes for sure. So I
thought it was the best, honestly.
Yeah.
It was my personal favorite as well.
Duval Rundown will keep going on without me, though. If anyone's interested, Mia O'Brien will be holding down the fort, and she'll be hosting each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday going forward on the 1010XL Jaguars YouTube page. As for me, I'm stepping away from 1010 because I've loved all the experiences and all the people here, but it's been a lot of video content and a lot of podcasting for me. But really, my passion is in writing, and I've got a lot of respect for what you guys do. Coming here, talking for 2 hours each day about one topic. I I got a lot of admiration for what you guys do, but I prefer to just get myself in a hole for about 48 to 72 hours, do a deep dive on some niche topic. So I'll probably be writing about like the intricacies of Liam Cohen's screen game, for example.
People love that, though.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'll be doing a lot of deep dives, a lot of big picture projects, a lot of passion projects, I guess. But so I'll be continuing to cover the Jaguars, but it'll probably be for Gus Logue Substack or something like that. But I'll have more information to share in later this summer. But you can follow me on Twitter/X at Gus_Logue or on Blue Sky at Gus Logue. But yeah, really appreciate everyone here, everyone that's supported my work and my content and my podcast on Duval Rundown. It's been a fantastic ride.
Nice of you to say. Much easier to run your mouth for 2 hours than it is to put pen to paper or word processor or whatever the case may be. Tony, though, just for fun, in the last week has written like 7,500 words to a book he just decided to write. So
wow. Okay.
Maybe you guys are kindred spirits.
It's fun to write.
Some think that. I'm glad my son thinks that way.
I enjoy doing it. I am looking forward to, we're going through this article with Travis Hunter and all these milestone watches and all this stuff over at NFL.com. I was disappointed when we started going through the list because we didn't get to all the stuff that if I wanted to see, right, on that kind of, it was like Don Hudson hasn't done this since 1942. It's like, that's the good stuff, right? And it sounds like that's more where your head's at, is this is where I see the gold, right? In the way that I view this kind of story, and this gives me the time to kind of take that little thing and stretch it into what I see the importance of it as being. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I think like one of the things that makes your guys' job so hard is having to tackle every single topic that's out there and try to fit it all into a 2-hour window, but to hit on every little thing. And so I'm going to be less concerned about hitting on every little thing and more so doing those deep dives into like one little niche subject. And so I'm excited for that.
All right. Well, now that you'll be out of the building, we'll be sure to have you on more frequently as a guest. Yeah, it's funny how that works that way. You're like literally on the other side of that door.
About 5 steps.
Right over there. We've had you on a couple of times, but probably should have done it more. But we'll rectify that now that you're out on your own, and you'll have your own cachet to bring with you.
That first article will come out and we'll be like, he's writing about what with Liam Cohen? Get him on.
Get this guy. What is he saying? What Travis Hunter, what are reasonable expectations for you for his rookie season?
Oh man, I want to be here and sit here and say MVP votes rookie year. Let's get it. He's going to make an impact on both sides of the ball. I think the question is whether he can sustain an impact, because obviously he will be playing on both sides of the ball, as we've been able to tell from the actions and the words of the coaching staff in the front office. In terms of realistic expectations, I see him getting 800 to 1,000 yards receiving and then a handful of interceptions, 5+ pass breakups if you include the interceptions. I think he's going to make an impact, and it'll be easy to see in the box score. I don't think he's going to be the kind of guy that's like, oh, like I promise you, like he's an amazing player, even if it isn't showing up in the box score. Like I guess Trevor Lawrence is a pretty solid example of that. I feel like Brenton Strange is a good example of that too, just because he's especially plus value in the running game as a blocker. But Travis Hunter, I think that like his impact will be known in the box score. So I'm expecting a good season on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, to Tony's point, Don Hudson in 1942 is literally, we believe, the only player to have 1,000 receiving yards and 4 interceptions in the same year. No one had, how about that? It was the first 1,000-yard receiving season ever in the NFL. He had 1,200 and he had 7 picks. That's a hell of a year.
That's really nice.
I don't know if Travis Hunter will ever get 1,207 in a year. That is quite the milestone. But it just goes to show you.
The year he does, he's going to win MVP.
He will. If he does that, he'll win MVP. I agree with you on that. But, I mean, it just goes to show you how rare that is. Just 1,004 for all the guys that played 2 ways back in the day. It wasn't that uncommon back then.
I almost just don't want to have any expectations. I just want to be, like, fluid with the situation.
Take it all in.
Yeah, obviously the Jaguars need to be fluid in like how much he's going to be playing on both sides of the ball, but especially one side versus the other, and especially as it pertains to his health and sustaining, actually being able to play on the field in 17 NFL regular season games. But to me, I'm also staying fluid because like we've never seen anything like this guy before. Like he's a unicorn, and deservedly so, being described as a unicorn because he is that special. He is such a one of one, not just player but person. So I'm trying to like not really have high or low expectations, and just I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, it's hard to know what his impact is ultimately going to be, and that's from the perspective of I don't know what his numbers are going to be. I have high expectations, and whatever he does, I'm not going to be surprised, right? Like, however high he reaches, it's going to be like, yeah, obviously he was capable of that. We all knew that the whole time, didn't we? Like, that kind of thing. But it's hard to know even what his presence, the impact it's going to have on Brian Thomas Jr., the impact it's going to have on Trevor Lawrence, what it does for the Jaguars offense as far as, look, Liam Cohen talked about, when he got here, wanting to use Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, we'll use him in the slot. He seemed to be really good at that. And I'm watching, clips of the screens that they would run for Brian Thomas Jr. last year. I'm watching that going, they can do it to either side, to both of these guys. I can't remember the Jaguars ever having those kind of options in their pass game. It's been so long. Maybe Jimmy and Keenan, but we're talking 25 years ago. Right, since they've had the option of, we can screen it that way or that way, and we feel good about either guy having the ball in their hands. It's just not been a reality in Jacksonville in such a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of firsts in Jacksonville, both for Travis Hunter, but then just for us as Jaguars fans and Jaguars media to just witness what's about to happen. I'm sure it'll be great, but sky's the limit, as you said, Tony. I think that anything that he does, no one would necessarily be surprised by it. But I'm looking forward to seeing how many primetime games the Jaguars get next year, because they've got 2 this season. The schedule release just came out, 2 this season, including 1 London game. But I think Travis Hunter is going to be a superstar and a face of not just the franchise, but a face of the league. And so
you better believe that'll be the Monday Night Football interview.
Yeah,
they're going to talk to him that night.
Absolutely.
All right, 2 quick ones, and we'll let you go. And first, where do they end up playing in 27, Orlando or Gainesville?
Orlando.
Okay.
I'd like to see Gainesville, especially as a Florida grad, go down to Gainesville a little bit more often.
I just think Gainesville is more a possibility now because the pushback to October with the vote. You know what I mean? I feel like if it was going down next week, it would be Orlando, and it may still end up being Orlando.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I hear what you're saying, but I'm expecting Orlando unless I see otherwise.
And then finally, because, we as if we didn't know who the opponents were, the schedule is out. What is the Jaguars' regular season record in 2025, Gus?
Ooh, this is a good question. No one's asked me this.
No, really?
Really?
Are you serious?
I'm
serious.
One's
asked you what the record, really? That's all we've done for 24 hours.
And it's more of a dig at myself, honestly, because on Duval Rundown the past 3 days, or at least the past 2 mornings, I should have posed it to my guests, but I'm going to say 11-6. Okay. I think a lot of people, including in this building, are like, 9-8, 8-9.
We all been burned.
Maybe 10-7.
We've been burned too many times.
Yeah, I have certainly been burned as well.
Mr. 16-1 over here 2 years ago.
I'm very cautiously optimistic, but definitely optimistic for what the defense is going to do and how they can improve their playmaking and be able to generate turnovers under Anthony Campanile. But I really believe the ceiling is the roof for not just Travis Hunter, but the offense, and offensive efficiency is what drives winning ball games in the NFL. And I have a lot of faith that the offense in Jacksonville in 2025 will be great. And so 11-6, I'm feeling good about this schedule and about this season for Jacksonville.
All right, and then finally, Denver, Oklahoma City in Game 7.
Denver.
Hey,
we got this for you.
Spatula.
I got this for you right there as a parting gift. The Denver Nuggets Sportula right there. Flip those burgers in good health, everybody. With Gus Logue. Check him out. He'll be writing about your favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and working out. That thing probably is heavy enough to get a nice little casual workout in, just wielding it on the weekend. So
yeah, it's good for me. I go for tone, not for bulk. I'm on the microscope.
You're a tone guy, right? You're a cut guy, not a bulk guy. All right, Gus, best of luck on all your endeavors, and we're glad you're still going to be covering the Jags in whatever capacity, and hopefully we'll see you out there at OTAs and other stuff in the future.
Yeah, I'll definitely see you guys around. It's definitely see you later, not a goodbye, but much appreciated you both. Thank you so much.
All right, well, if Tony, if you're going to see him, better take a good look before 1 p.m. apparently.
And that's when I leave every day, to be clear. I'm not cutting out. It's not the last day of school for me.
59. I'm out of here, baby. Gus, have all the best, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, man.
We'll take a quick break. Come back. A few more of these milestones for Travis Hunter. Got a 10-10 take. Take a look at today's question of the day. Where are people road tripping to go see the Jaguars this year? You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Now, a PGA Championship update on 1010XL. Teed up by St. John's Middle School Athletic Association and TopDressing.com.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 107th PGA Championship, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. A Texas Longhorn leading a major in 2025. No, it's not Scotty Scheffler. It's Jonathan Vegas.
Looking at the cup, looking at the golf ball. Strokes the ball out to the right, back to the left for Johnny Vegas, and right into the middle. Jackpot birdie at 7. Johnny Vegas back to lucky number 7 under par.
Tom Moore made the call on SiriusXM. Vegas has been on tour for a decade and a half, but this is his first time leading at a major. At 7 under, he's 2 better than Aaron Rye and Ryan Gerard. Rye through 11 holes today. Gerard tees off in 3 hours. Max Homa must have had some frozen awesome after his 2 over 73 in the first round. He is charging this morning, 6 under through 14. Homa now 4 under overall and 3 off the lead. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires May 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Pacifico, discovered by accident.
Yeah, the story goes, a group of friends went down to Mexico looking for some legendary waves. They never found them. But what they did find was something even better. An unforgettable Mexican lager.
Where'd you hear that?
Tell your next great story with a friend and a delicious Pacifico Mexican lager.
Pacifico, find your own way.
Put the ball in the net with 60 Minutes of Soccer Talk, the Coaches Show presented by Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacey Baylor. Tuesday evenings at 6 on 1010 a.m.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of other spots and sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 for a discount.
Grow your hair back. IHRS offers the latest technology in hair transplants and restorative treatments.
Fast, easy, and effective.
With over 35 years' experience, our team is committed to delivering exceptional results. Hair restoration is for us, and it can be for you too.
See how IHRS technology can grow your hair back. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477 for $250 off.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Clayton, I know you're the head diamond buyer at Underwoods, and you travel to the markets to buy diamonds. Why don't you just look at an emailed list and have them send you the diamond?
Frank, there are a couple of reasons we go straight to the source when we're selecting the diamonds we want to put the Underwood name on. First, as an expert diamond buyer, I have to see a diamond before I can really judge its beauty versus the price it's being offered at. Second, when we're at the source, we have huge selections to choose our diamonds from, so we don't have to compromise the Underwood quality standard. The result is we control what goes into our diamond stock instead of allowing a diamond dealer to send us what he wants us to have. The bottom line is we're able to offer our customers carefully selected, beautiful diamonds that we're proud to have carry the Underwood name.
Underwood, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hacker here, and let's talk sincerity. You know, there's a big difference between someone tossing you a casual, hey, how you doing, and genuinely asking, no, really, how are you doing? At Awaken 180, I felt that sincerity every single week while dropping 122 pounds, and I still feel it every month in free maintenance for life. Sure, seeing that number plunge on the scale was incredible, but what truly pushed me across the goal line? My amazing Awaken 180 coaches. They coached me up like I was prepping for draft day, always in my corner, sincerely invested in my success, and check this out. I'm going on a cruise in a couple of weeks, complete with formal night. Now, normally, cameras and I have a strained relationship. I hated taking pictures, but thanks to Awaken 180, the camera and I have made peace. No more ducking photos. Want results you can actually keep? Do what we all did and call 844-346-1800 or book online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
You know, I was thinking, Tone, we could use some more user-submitted artwork for the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? I just brought out, because I saw it kind of languishing in the corner, our young friend Lily did a crayon drawing of Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, she did.
Which is spectacular. We love it, and it is now, if you're watching on YouTube, prominently displayed right there in our field of vision. I don't know, like, kids grow so quickly. Like, Lily may be out of the crayon phase, right? She's got a younger sister, but it doesn't have to be a crayon drawing. I know there are a lot of talented people out there, and I see them post, look at my Travis Hunter this, or Foye Oluokun that, or whatever. So, you know what? If you've got some Jaguar-related art you'd like to share with us, and then you're willing to part with, you know, I framed this myself. You can tell it's a high-quality Walmart frame right there. I noticed it's broken because I don't think people respect the artwork around here like we do. But nevertheless, we'd be happy to feature some of those.
Absolutely.
Up there. I think that would be kind of cool. All right. Let's get to a few odds and ends here. Let's take a look at today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day in terms of road trips before we get back to the Travis Hunter milestone watch here. These are some of the ones that people have suggested that they're planning on going to, because again, some people live out of town. Jag Fan 15 says, hey man, I live in Michigan. I'll go to any game I get to work out, but I need a new roof first. Hey, life comes at you fast, right?
Does, yeah.
That's what television's for. Cincinnati. I'm near Buffalo, New York, said Brandon, and I'll be traveling with the whole family to Cincinnati, Ohio for Jags Bengals. Think we're going to light them up.
Awesome.
Let's go Duval. Cristiano. Obviously, all games are road games to him, living in Brazil. But if he manages to attend one, he'll certainly be here in Jacksonville. Depressed Jags and Hornets fan. I'm sorry. I'm from Iowa, so the Colts games are not too far away. I'm going to head there week 17. Hazardous Hawk going to the 49er game this season. I saw Jay Paul say the same thing. She was considering that one for a road trip. Tennessee and Vegas for Timothy. I'm from Jax, but I live in Washington. Going to try to make it to either Las Vegas or Arizona. A lot of people planning their trip to Vegas. We see here another one from Bryce. Cincinnati in September, Denver in December, plus a ski trip for Monty. That's kind of a nice double dip. Think I'm going to Houston from London. All right. So why don't you come to Jacksonville, man? Come here and watch the Jags beat up on the Texans here at home. San Fran for sure, maybe Vegas and Cincy. Book my flight to Denver as soon as Dilla hit us with the date for the game. There you go. You could trust Dilla on that one. Had my eyes on Denver. Christmas week's a bummer, so likely not. So a mix of that.
I've been keeping my eye on Cap, with what
the trips
BCB is going to do. They haven't announced anything yet.
I thought he was saying Cincy and Vegas.
The last I saw, he said he said this the other day. Away trips taking a hit, looking like BCB trips will more than likely be Cincinnati and Vegas. Unsure plans for the others, and he asked for thoughts, from the fans out there. So not sure exactly what they're going to wind up doing, but Vegas, I'd imagine, would be one of them.
Wonder if they ever do the double dip on the West Coast kind of thing where they potentially stay out there with Jag fans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take a week off in between, and go to Yellowstone or something. I don't know. In between.
See that part of the country, yeah.
Be kind of nice. All right, let's get back to the Travis Hunter milestones.
Yes.
And we'll hit you with a 10-10 take if we could.
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company. Veteran owned and operated.
I don't know what the number. Could you imagine, though, Tony, Travis Hunter goes down as a one-day 10,000-yard receiver, which is not a small milestone.
No.
It's a big milestone, but it's not like the upper crust of Hall of Fame receivers. And I don't know, what, 25, 30 interceptions?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just mind-boggling and hard to fathom, and you might have that playing here in Duval for a long, long time.
It's nuts.
One of the milestones suggested by NFL.com for a career, record 10 receiving touchdowns and 5 interceptions in a career.
Give him a couple years.
Right, obviously, he's going to have to probably take a couple. I mean, he could do that in year one, but I would be shocked if he did. The last guy to do it in a career was Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Because he was used as a guy. It's surprising. Vrabel had 10 receiving touchdowns, but that's all he did. On offense. He played at the goal line in a couple of those packages and was very good. He had 11 career interceptions, 10 receiving touchdowns in his regular
To give
season
context
career.
to that 10,000 number, by the way, 57 players in NFL history have 10,000 receiving yards. 57.
That's a high bar. So maybe even if you go 8,000 yards and 25 interceptions, I mean, come on.
8,000 would make him one of it's 115 players in NFL history.
Still pretty exclusive,
It's
but
very
more manageable.
Yeah.
Certainly. Like if I told you, well, Brian Thomas Jr. have 8,000 yards in his career, I'd absolutely.
Yes.
He'll have 8,000 yards in his career. Record 2 or more receiving touchdowns and at least an interception in a single game.
That'll be a fun Sunday.
Last to do it, Leon Hart in 1951.
This is the kind of I get so geeked up about these kind of numbers specifically like that. That's so much fun.
Will he have a game in his career where he does this? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
All right? I'm going to say yes.
It's not overwhelmingly likely, but he's going to have.
If we think he's it, and he's him, he's that guy.
It's so much fun to think that it could happen.
One pick, two touchdowns receiving in the same game.
Yeah.
Hart was the first overall pick in 1950, and he won the Heisman Trophy, 3 national titles at Notre Dame, 3 NFL titles in an 8-year career with the Lions. So this is kind of just got to get used to the the
rare
level,
air.
right?
Yeah.
That he's even being discussed as potentially being in, and you could say we haven't had that here. Nobody's had that.
No,
nobody's
like
had
the
that
week
since
where
the
it
40s or
happens
50s.
in the entire football world. Like the next 3 days of NFL coverage will be led by Travis Hunter is the first player in 70 years to do X, right? Like that's so much fun until he does it the next time. And then we're like, he's the only player to ever do it twice. It's
We left a lot of them on the cutting room floor. They didn't make it to the air. So go check out that piece over at NFL.com and just continue to bathe yourself in Travis Hunter adulation as we welcome in Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
Coolest cats in town.
So, Mia O'Brien, do you know any Nuggets fans? Legit Nuggets fans?
I do, actually. I do, yeah.
Do they barbecue?
Well, yes, he does. He's
He
not,
does.
not actually a fan. He's actually a reporter who covers the team. But I guess, I suppose that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's not quite the same category.
Well, but his girlfriend's a fan because she wants him to, have success and make money. So, I mean, I could.
Which of them grills?
That seems like a fan of convenience, though, to me. Like when that person gets a job covering the Clippers, his girlfriend will then become a Clipper fan.
Well, no, I would tell you that. Well, he's from New Jersey and went to Ithaca College with me. Shout out B-Rad, Brendan Vogt on Twitter of DMVR. But no, I mean the origin story was that he got a fellowship with SB Nation, and they said pick one of these 6 markets, and maybe we'll give you one of them. And they assigned him Denver, and from there he's bounced around. They've built that all-city sports brand out there. So.
Well,
no, I think he's indebted to the Nuggets, so I feel like he would willingly take this.
I tried to pass this to Gus Logue, and he accepted it on air. And as soon as we went to break, he goes, "I don't really want that."
We'll take it,
Gus.
I mean, we have a lot of sports memorabilia at my house. I'll gladly take it. We grill a good amount. We just got the new patio. Shout out to CSS Fireplaces. Just got the new patio installed, so I'm ready to go.
Here you go.
Yay!
There you go. That was
I'm coming home with it, Kev.
Enough of a sob story for me. As soon as we get to break, Mia's going to be like, I don't want that thing.
No, I'm taking it with
I don't
me.
want that thing.
We love random sports memorabilia.
Somebody brought it, and they told Molly, Michael know who to give that to.
Well, and you did, Mia.
Obviously.
There we go.
Didn't know it at the time, but
I'm very fat. Like, why did they bring it then?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Gus was probably worried
Maybe
that it's
they think I'm a big Jokic
Maybe it's
guy.
like laced with something. I don't know.
Well, Gus thought it was a Jaguars one until he explained
said,
it's a
"No, that's
Nuggets.
Nuggets."
He's like, oh.
So I said, Gus, who's going to win, Nuggets or Oklahoma City in Game 7? He goes, Denver? I said, here you go. There you go. That's all it took. All right, so what's coming up in Helmets and Heels?
Our friend Cody Stutes, who covers the Houston Texans, will join us at 12:35 as our check-around pre-OTA season in the AFC South continues. We'll also, of course, preview the WNBA season, which tips off tonight, PGA Championship 2, and a little bit of NBA playoffs as well. And,
All right.
And all the sports stories in the wide world of sports, Gator baseball. I love when I check in with our friends at Baton Rouge, ESPN Baton Rouge 104.5. Shout out to T-Bob, who's headed to Barstool Sports. And they're all crying about LSU baseball, Alabama baseball losing to the Gators. So shout out to Florida.
All right. There you go. Mia O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen, with Helmets and Heels coming up next, along with Lauren Brooks. Taylor Dahl returns next week. Tony's gone next week. Happy staycation to you.
And to you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's right. I've got one coming up right after Tony, so we'll get some much-needed time apart. I will be out at the Guggen Golf Tournament broadcasting on Monday, and guests include Brian Sexton joining me. I think we're efforting Hayes Carline as well, and E.T. is going to stop by the program. And then I'll be heading out to OTAs. And we already got Jeff Loggeman lined up for Tuesday of next week, so we'll have a bunch more Jaguar-related goodies for you throughout the course of the week. Tone, have a great week off. Much deserved.
Back at you, man.
All right,
we'll
buddy.
see you in a few.
Dylan Denmark.
Yes, sir.
Don't be late.
I don't plan on it.
All right, that's the only.
Stay hydrated.
Just
yes.
don't be Ken Brady, who likes to roll in at the last possible.
I mean, still, it's
second.
not Tom Coughlin time around here.
That's right. We're on Dempsey time, which Coughlin thinks, wow, that's early. All right. So when it comes to golf tee times, you got that right, Tommy. All right. That'll do it for us. Everybody hit them straight this weekend or whatever you plan on doing it. Have a good time of it. Don't get arrested. And we'll be back, at least some of us, on Monday talking more Jaguar ball with you. For Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark, Gus Logue, we appreciate him stopping by, and best of luck in his Jaguar writing career. I'm Mike Dempsey. Thank you for listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5.